Hello, welcome back to Chum and Son. Today we are going to be, I am Chum, this is my son here. Today we're going to be talking about some of our favourite games that we have played recently. Would you like to kick it off?
No, not recently.
Not recently,
throughout
but
the course
just
of our
throughout the course
lives.
of
It
our
might
lives.
be
Sorry.
recent for Chum here, because he's a bit younger than me. Yeah. Carry on, mate. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to start?
You can start if you want.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give a brief overview of just gaming and how special it is for me. And this might go on a bit. I'm sorry. I just
It's
thought
fine.
about this just now.
It's fine, don't worry.
When I was a kid, my dad bought a ZX Spectrum like most parents did around that time. And before that, my Auntie Joyce had an Atari. And I used to go around and play it. And it was the best thing since sliced bread, the Atari. I used to play games like Pitfall, Frostbite, which is another game which a lot of people don't know about. But it was brilliant. Pac-Man, obviously, Space Invaders. And also my nan and granddad, my uncles, David and Stephen, had an Atari as well. It's quite a big thing at the time. And they had like the ET game, which has got a bit of a history about it.
Awful.
They had Space Invaders as well. They had a few other games as well, just mad game. Pele, they had a Pele game, football game. And of course, you had the Pong before that as well. But these sort of things, I don't know, I just thought computer games are better than sliced bread. Me and my dad used to sit down and play Moon Alert on the ZX Spectrum with the Kevston joystick. And then when we broke so many joysticks, I used the keyboards. And that's what got me into gaming, really. And as my brother got older, my younger brother, he's 3 years younger than me, he got into them as well. We loved our Spectrum games. It was probably more my thing when we were little kids. And then when he got older, he got a NES, the first Nintendo system that I can think of. And then we played Super Mario Brothers, a lot of other games as well. But I always go back to Super Mario Brothers. The first 3 Super Mario Brothers games that you got on the NES were amazing. 2 was a little bit different because I think it was basically a skin of another game. The first game, Super Mario Brothers, to this day still holds up as just probably one of the best platform games of all time. It saddens me that I haven't got it on any of my other consoles now. I did get the Super Nintendo Mario on there, the one that was very Yoshi friendly. There's a lot of Yoshi in it. That was great as well. But the game has just evolved from there, really, for me. And also, when I got onto the Super Nintendo, I wanted it because of the mighty Street Fighter 2. Wearing a t-shirt to Dave M. Bison and Roy Yuan. And that's kind of where my evolution in gaming. What about your son? Do you want to talk about your evolution in gaming from when you started getting into them?
Well, you had an Xbox 360, and I started playing on that. We were mostly playing Lego games, really. Some of the old Lego games like Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Star Wars, all of them. And it just sort of took off from there, pretty much. I mean, I don't know.
We had a lot of fun with those Lego games, didn't we? And a lot of frustration because they were a little bit broken, especially the Indiana Jones game. That was broken. When I was a young father, I had a lot of rage still. It's all dead now, mostly. But, all that's gone. I'm such a passive guy now compared to what I used to be. But I used to get really angry with Lego Indiana Jones in particular, and I'd stomp off. You're like this little kid going, "Dad, come back!" And I got that joystick for you, didn't I, as well?
Yeah. Still got that.
Yeah.
Xbox 360 joystick and buttons.
It was a fight stick for Virtual Fighter 4. If anyone wants to buy it off me, I'm open to bids no lower than £200.
Okay, it's gonna.
But anyway, on this
Slugging a sale, right? Really?
We never use it now.
My first controller.
No, I wouldn't sell it, mate. It's you can show your grandkids it, and these videos.
Look at this awful massive controller I used to use.
It's a fight stick. It's meant to be big.
Good.
But I tried to use it on Xbox 360, Street Fighter 4, and on Street Fighter 2 actually, and it didn't. I find controllers easier.
I follow them easier now.
Yeah, I follow the Fighters Network a lot in terms of. I mean, I'm not like a great Street Fighter player by any means. I'm pretty good online. I play Street Fighter 4 and 5.
I'm all right.
Yeah, he's good as well. Very good. He could be better. He could be better than me a lot by a mile if he played it more. I keep saying you could make money out of this, but it's
Couldn't.
I play
not that great.
No, you could be. You got the coordination and that. I play it. I still play. I mean, Street Fighter 2 was the pinnacle game for me as a kid. Like playing it in the arcades and that, and then getting to play it on home consoles. Dear me, it was amazing. It really was. But there's a point to this story, and I've forgotten what it is. But yeah, Anyway, what do you like? What do you want to talk about games wise? So,
Some of our favourite games,
some
like
of
we
our
said at the
favourites.
beginning.
We did, yeah. Okay.
5 minutes
we're going
in.
up on one. 5 minutes in. All right, let's
Um,
talk. You do some talking because I get too excited and I'm sorry.
Alright, so one of my favourite games that we have played is Castle Crashers. That is a very good game. It's rather violent, but it's sort of cartoony, sort of your bug standard side-scrolling beat 'em up, sort of. And it's very good. Literally, you just play as two knights, and you can select them, you can level them up, you can spend perk points and upgrade them. And yeah, you just fight enemies pretty much and save princesses. And then you got to kill the other person to have the princess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have up to 4 players on that as well. It's amazing. We found it on the Xbox Net, like on the old, I forgot what they called it, on the 360. There was a lot. They had a lot of retro-y kind of games.
Oh yeah, the
and,
Xbox.
their arcade.
Summer
It was
Arcade.
like, it's called the arcade, wasn't it? The Xbox 360 arcade, and they got rid of it when they got the Xbox One. Biggest mistake they ever made, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like the arcade. That was good.
It was fantastic. I hope they bring it back on their next gen console because
Yeah, Xbox. Well, the next one they're making is the Xbox One X,
yeah,
which
let's hope they bring it back because
no,
is it the One
it's
X?
Scorpio. That's it. Scorpio one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
They need to bring it back,
It's gonna be-
or Sony could just copy the idea. And I know they do have some retro games on theirs, but having an actual arcade dedicated bit was a masterstroke on the 360, and I'm pretty sure he made them a ton of money, and they just got rid of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I got to play games like Double Dragon, brilliant game.
Yeah, Double
Yeah.
Dragon's very good.
But yeah, Streets. Remember Streets Race 2? I got him into Streets
I do,
Race
yeah.
2.
Yeah,
that was on the
good.
360. as
Oh, that
well.
was the one with.
the old
Wasn't that the
Sega
one with the
Mega
guy
Drive
with the
game.
wheelchair?
No, that's
Who didn't
Final
need
Fight.
it.
That's
Oh, that's
Final
Final
Fight.
Fight.
Another
Yeah,
great
Street
game.
Rage. I get them two confused.
Yeah.
Final Fight. Yeah.
Final Fight was designed
That's
on
the
the
one with Guy
arcade.
and-
Yeah,
what's his
it
name?
came before Street Fighter 2, and it's very similar graphics and characters and stuff. But that was like a side-scrolling fighter, whereas Street Fighter 2 was side-scrolling, but like just one-on-one battles. Whereas Final Fight, you fought loads of people, you fought the Mad Gear Gang, and basically you play these games years later, and you get infinite lives on the console, and you need them. You really do, because these games were designed to take your money. That were these are Final Fighters. I mean, like you sort of get others like Double Dragon. You could literally complete the game with just using an elbow. And I did complete it on 1 credit once. Not Double Dragon. I completed Golden Axe on 1 credit once. Well, like £1. I think it was. No, it would have been. I don't know what 1 credit would have been. 20p actually back then. And I remember completing Golden Axe on 1 credit. That was incredible.
Yeah,
It's a big day for me, and there was no one there to witness it. Yeah. Sorry, the arcades missed you, didn't they? Really, the smoky arcades.
Well, I mean, I have been to some arcades, but it's like the arcades you get today, they're not as good. But it's like, I don't know, you just still have your classic, you have the driving one where there's like the seat with the wheel, and there's always like a bike one, and there's always like Time Crisis or something like that, like a shooting one.
Yeah.
And then there's like a load of like the coin ones where you put in a coin and then it pushes other coins out, maybe.
What you need is 4-player side-scrolling fighters. That was all you had going, and you had like Michael Jackson Moonwalker. You had
yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I remember playing that with 3 complete strangers at Westdeath Park in the arcades. Oh my god, that was amazing. I mean, I had to be like Donatello, but that's fine. 4-player, and that's before. I mean, now you get it online and all that. Like you get things online.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
play with strangers online now, and that's fine.
I mean, at the moment, I'm playing Ghost Recon, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, and that's got 4 players online. But
Are they strangers? I know you're.
well,
playing with,
no,
your
I
mate,
mean,
you know.
I play with my mate mostly. I mean, you can play with strangers though if you want, but I just prefer to like play on my own or with my mates, just because I can talk to them and it requires a lot of communication. But, yeah.
Thank you, Amanda. Cool
Yeah,
to see.
we have the mini one over here, my assistant.
Yeah, Magic Assistant.
Yeah, I might be doing another magic video soon. But
Matt,
we'll
do
see.
you want to talk about any of your favourite games while you're here?
No, my favourite games are Mario Kart, and anything involving Zelda.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
that's input.
Thank you very much. This guy was brought up by 2 people who love gaming. How cool is that? I mean, you know.
Yep, I was basically doomed for games, and that's it.
And there is balance. There's probably some old folk who are watching this now going, "You're a bad father." even though he's my father in this context of chum and son. But anyway, how I would argue that is it's all about balance. Life is all about balance. You know, you get stuff done. You still get time to play games.
Also, you never exactly forced me into games. Like
didn't.
you were into games, and I happened to get into it as well.
Yeah.
And I hung out with some people at like back in infant school that were into games, and some that were into comics and that. I'm still friends with today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
It was my decision.
It breeds intelligence. The sort of games that we play as well. Like we've mentioned a lot of these arcadey ones. We play a lot of RPGs and play a lot of games together. We do play online together as well. Like we're really into Titanfall 2, and we play the Gears game together.
Gears of War 4, that was alright.
Gears of War 4. What else?
Very predictable.
We play a lot of different games. We play a game called Nidhogg on the.
Nidhogg's good.
We've got this PlayStation 4 with all these HD graphics. We play a game called Nidhogg. Just Google Nidhogg and have a look at it.
Look it up.
It looks dreadful. But
look up Nidhogg 1 as well, not Nidhogg 2.
Jeez,
the first Nidhogg, blooming hell. It looks awful.
It looks awful, but it's just
the mechanics are amazing though, aren't it?
Yeah, it just plays so well. It's just a one-on-one.
It's literally like if you got For Honor and just made it side-scrolling and just took away all the detail. That's literally what you've got.
2 stick men.
Yeah, 2 stick men with swords fighting.
It works. I'd love to get.
It does work. Yeah.
We need to get a load of people over and just get.
Just
when
have
you're
a
a bit
Nidhogg
older.
tournament. Well, there is a tournament mode on Nidhogg.
Because I was going to say we need to drink beer. Everything I do involves beer. When there's
yeah, of course.
We'll have like a Nidhogg party. Just get like you'll have to be like
Yeah, I invite my mates.
I've
yours.
got 1 or 2 mates that might come round and play a Nidhogg tournament with me.
Oh yeah, I know some people.
Yeah, I know 1 or 2. Probably just 1 actually, but anyway, and he's never played the game, but he would. What else can we talk about?
RPGs.
RPGs.
What sort of RPGs are you into? Not the weapon kind, the game kind.
Yes.
Yeah, role-playing games.
Do you want to go first with this?
Yeah. Okay. So my first role-playing game was Fable 3. I'd say that got a lot of bad criticism, but I enjoyed it because one, I was like, I don't know, I was very young when I first played that, and also I didn't really follow the upbringing of it, and it was Fable 3, in my opinion, was a missed opportunity. They could have marketed it as like if they could have just take away some of the rude bits and like maybe some of the violence and blood. Then,
but there wasn't much, was
well,
it?
No, there wasn't even much of that.
There wasn't much, and even the rude bits they could have took out. I mean, the only rude bits is you got married and you could actually have a relationship and have babies, but you never actually see anything.
No.
You just have suddenly you've got a little child running around. It's a fantastic, like it is a missed opportunity. And it did well. It sold well. Survival games sold well. They weren't disasters.
Yeah, they weren't disasters. They just had a bit of a bad reputation. Is all.
Poor stakes. There was no stakes in them. There was like But sorry, mate. Carry on.
But yeah, that was like my first sort of experience with role playing games, and sort of got me into. I don't know. Like it just sort of got me into like the franchise and more complex games and that. And then there was Skyrim, which is my second RPG. That is big. Like that's the only word to use to describe Skyrim. It's just big. You can, like, if you want, you can just like once you've just stepped out of it, you can just completely ignore the story, and you will still not be finished with side quests because there's that many, and there's just loads to do.
Can I just say something about Skyrim as well, which I think is amazing? Every person's game on Skyrim is different.
Yeah,
because they have like I don't know how they do this. I've forgotten what the word is. Algorithm. I think they have an algorithm on Skyrim. Well, there's little scenes that happen that might not happen in another game.
With Skyrim, what they do is, I'm pretty sure. Well, like my mate told me that they developed all their side quests through an algorithm, and what they did, I think, like they've made like tons of different scenes, and they've set probabilities for them. So chances are, like, if you go into this place, you may not see this, but then if you go there later on, then you may see this, or like, I don't know. I think it's all to do with like probability and statistics and all that stuff. But yeah, all you have to do is just like walk behind a tree at the right place, and then you can like start a quest that will get you a legendary sword. And
I
Yeah.
encountered a wizard doing a human sacrifice on someone. Like
Yeah,
that
I've
was right at
seen
the
that.
beginning of the game.
I've seen.
I was like,
Well, I
oh
haven't
my
seen it right at
god!
the beginning. I saw it.
And then I
over
killed him, and I
some
followed
hours.
this trail or something, and like there was a bloody castle full of wizards, and they killed me. But it was like that was right at the beginning of the game, and like I was
Yeah.
talking to mates, and I'm like, no, that never happened to me. Amazing. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I've had a lot of like things like that, but on Skyrim it's very big. Also, one thing with Skyrim is the spells that's on it as well. That's really good, because okay, so on Skyrim Special Edition, which is the one that they've released for next gen consoles, you can have console mods because the creators of it, Bethesda, they're very supportive of mods. And they like are fine with console people having them, and they think they should be able to get them. And so I've gotten some mods, and I've I've kind of cheated, and I've got all the spells. But then, if you actually look, there are a ton of different spells, each doing unique things. I mean, sure, like some of them are very similar. Like I don't know, like the flame spell and the wall of fire spell, they're very similar, but one does more damage than the other, and one is more rare than the other. It's like, I don't know, they can be similar, but they're not the same, and they're different enough to be different spells. And also, going back to the modding thing, there's like a whole modding community out there. Even if you're on console, you can completely change the experience of a game, of Skyrim, just through downloading some mods. I mean, I got one that turns the main shout in Skyrim, the Unrelenting Force shout, into "Just Do It" when Shia LaBeouf says it. So yeah, and that's very funny whenever that happens. And I don't know, there's just loads of possibilities with modding, and there are even more spells that you can have. Like, so added on to the however many, like the 3,000 spells that there already are, because there's loads. Probably not 3,000, that's probably a bit much, but you can add more and more spells onto that if you just download some mods. And they can, I mean, if you find the right mods, they can be balanced as well. So you can have some that are fairly that aren't game breaking, but are still in the game.
Who makes the majority of the mods? It's fans, isn't it, as well?
Well, yeah, fan-made mods.
Fan-made mods, it's amazing.
Like that's the thing with mods. It's like free DLC pretty much. Like just free expansion packs that you can get, and it's brilliant. But the only bad thing about him is that there's a slight chance it could just break your game, but like that's very small, and your game should be all right. But
I think
just
in
be
some
careful
ways,
with them.
It should be worth the risk in some ways. I think. In other ways,
It is, yeah.
I mean, like because it does destroy the experience a little bit. But I know I watched you playing Fallout, and you just look like you're having the best time ever.
Yeah,
So
in
it
Fallout.
doesn't matter really, doesn't it?
Yeah, in Fallout, I've got it at the moment, so they're all laser weapons. When you shoot them, they go pew pew. So yeah, I have that, and also
Why wouldn't you do that?
And all Death Claws are now Macho Man Randy Savage.
Deathclaws, they're monsters, isn't it?
Yeah, they're like giant
They're just
lizard
monsters.
dinosaur things.
Well, if you don't understand stuff we're talking about in this video, tough. Basically, we're not gonna explain
Yeah.
everything. You know.
Yeah,
Play some games.
yeah, go do some research. Yeah, and I've got like loads of sound replacers and like retextures and all that stuff and cheats. But like also with mods, one thing that people misconcept with mods is that they're all like about cheating and about like nude mods and all of that stuff, and it's not. Like if you go on Bethesda.net website and look at some of the mods that people have made, they can actually make your game harder. Like I saw one. Well, there's two of these. There's one for Skyrim, which is like a frost survival thing, and it's like basically it makes the snowy areas of Skyrim. So if you stay outside for long enough, you can freeze to death. And
I mean, that's amazing.
yeah, and also you can find NPCs, but they don't actually know what's going on. That's one of the game breaking things. So you can just be walking through a hold and someone will just collapse and die. But that's one of the minor things about it. But there's a really big mod for Fallout 4 that's called Frost Survival Simulator, and that just changes the game entirely. So like when you start the game, it's based in like just after the bombs fall. Whereas for those who play Fallout 4, I'm going to try not to spoil too much here, but it takes place like 200 years after the bombs have fallen and the Fallout was created. Whereas this takes place like right after. So the only place you can find medication is in hospitals, and like also everyone like it's set on like survival mode, So you can starve to death, you can get tired, you can get thirsty, and everyone is really hard to beat, and there's no guns anywhere. There's like literally just melee weapons. I mean, there are guns, but there's barely any ammo.
Wow.
And it's really difficult. And if you can survive in that, like, and not die, I applaud you. Like,
Can you still play the
really
main
difficult.
story in it? Are all the main characters still in it to play like the actual story, or is it literally just
no,
Or do
it
they
just-
take them all out of it? It's literally just a survival
it's literally
game.
just a survival game.
Amazing.
Yeah, it just takes out everyone and just adds like loads of NPCs and that. And also, not everyone in it is an enemy. Like, so if you're, because everyone wants to survive pretty much at this point. So if you're in like a camp, if you put your weapon away and just sort of walk past, and if you keep your distance, then they might be all right. Like, they might not attack you. They might just be like, just go away and you'll be fine.
It's crazy that
Yeah.
fans and like actually the developers do it as well, but it's mad that they can actually make a game better or change the game, like use the framework of the game and make something else out of it, which is what Flynn's essentially saying.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I remember seeing GTA. There's some mods on there.
Oh, yeah, there's
turn
loads
your
of
main
them.
character into a giraffe. Or you could. I saw someone change their main character into Iron Man and a Hulk,
Yeah.
and the Hulk was smashing things up, and Iron Man was flying, and I saw a Spider-Man using webs, and I'm thinking, there's got to be a missed opportunity here. You know,
Yeah.
there's so much. Everyone dismisses. I mean, like with the Fallout games, they're masterpieces. But people always with the GTA stuff that Rockstar do, people dismiss it as being all about violence and killing
sex and
prostitutes and that.
drugs.
It's not. That's just a small portion of the game that you can choose to not bother with. On the most part, and I actually think Rockstar should dumb it down a little bit anyway and concentrate on what they're good at doing, and that's creating worlds and creating great characters and great stories. Because out of all the violence and horror, I mean, these games are for adults anyway, so I don't even know why I'm
Yeah,
saying
that's
they should
rated
edit it.
18. Like,
But-
so why are people letting their kids play it if it's rated 18? It says what it contains on the box. So if parents actually read it, all those parents that are complaining to Rockstar saying, why are you making your game
I
so
don't complain to
violent?
them.
Because my child are playing it and it's very violent, it's filled with sex.
Yeah.
Don't let them play it. Look at the box. It says 18, contains
Yeah, it
violence,
does, that's
and
what it means.
contains sex, and contains drugs. And
Yeah.
yeah, like...
I mean, he's older than
read
me
it.
up there, so I don't worry about censorship. He
I was born at
overtook,
18.
he overtook maturity with me a long time ago. So you know,
Sometimes I wonder who's the adult in the house.
That's right. That's right. We all do. But yeah,
I saw
sorry.
you playing with a lightsaber upstairs once.
Yesterday as well.
Yeah, yesterday.
An actual lightsaber. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Fallout? Sorry, we've got off on that. I'm sorry. I always do this.
Back
Sorry.
to modding. Yeah, modding is great. Also, one thing about Fallout, which it wasn't great and was sort of a bit missed out by Bethesda, I think it's because they sort of rushed it. The textures on it and the look of it is great already, but if you look at it a bit more closer, everything looks a bit smudged and a bit like not finished. And there are loads of mods that you can find which completely fix that, and they can make your game look really beautiful. And I actually saw this like mod. I actually saw some mods. I saw like a mod review thing, and it was saying that like you could pretty much make a makeshift horror game by because there's like flashlight retextures, which basically make it so that like because with your flashlight that you get in the game, it just like spreads all the way around you, and you don't really see like there's no like shadow or anything, which is a bit weird. But it adds like shadows and it adds like proper actual torchlight, so like there's like a circle. And it adds like and there's like another mod that adds like darker nights. It's actually called Darker Nights, quite appropriately. And by using all those mods, you can just make a makeshift horror game, pretty much. And also like there are loads of like EMB presets that like basically change what sort of the contrasts are. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, you can basically make your game look black and white and make it a lot creepier and like darken down the game and make it like a really sad game. Or you can, with the modded community, you can just make everything like, there's bound to be like a mod out there for Fallout 4 which just makes everything pink and just something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that you can find. So yeah. Yeah.
I've just got to say something. Of all the mugs in the house, I'll get one with an advert on. So sorry about that. with beans. Heinz drinking. I don't know. Get into trouble. Heinz might be upset.
Yeah, Heinz might sue a channel with
They
like
better
20
not,
odd
because
subscribers.
I give Heinz a ton of money. They won't do that. They won't do that.
I like maybe beans.
I eat a lot of beans. You know.
Beans is nice.
Yeah. I'm not going to go on to The Witcher. This is going to be a long video because I've got to talk about The Witcher 3
Oh,
first.
God,
But,
yeah.
but is there any other games you want to talk about? Like, what about talk about Sleeping Dogs? Because I remember you played that.
Sleeping
today.
Dogs.
Or we did Assassin's Creed
Yeah, we've done
before. Do
Assassin's
Sleeping Dogs
Sleeping Dogs.
because I played that as well. I can. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, okay, so Sleeping Dogs, basically, like, all you need to know is that, by the way, there may be some spoilers. If you haven't already got that already, then, yeah. There's going to be a lot of spoilers.
Everything's a spoiler on
so
our
you're
channel. We don't care either.
Yeah. So if you,
Basically,
basically...
this for us, not you. Right.
You basically play as Wei Shen, who is he's like a martial artist who's a cop, like a policeman, and is undercover, trying to take down this drug gang. And then like you get sort of close with the people in there, and you sort of see their motives behind everything. You get attached to them, and I don't know. There's a lot of stuff behind it. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the story, but all I'm going to say is the story is amazing. Like, it's just the script writing of it is just brilliant, and all the emotion.
He's a really
behind
good guy as well, isn't he? I really like Wei
Yeah.
Shen. I missed him when I stopped playing that. Yeah, do you remember that scene where you go to a wedding? And like,
Oh, God, I hate that.
mean, bearing it, what I love about this, and this is a spoiler as well. What I love about this game is you're undercover cop working with criminals, but actually you get to like some of the criminals, and what you realise is that their motives. There's some honourable motives in what they do, not always, but there is some. But you're playing the good guy in this game. To be like a GTA game, you're playing the good guy undercover. But like, there's a scene in the wedding where people that you've got to know get murdered, and you've got to like sort of escape with whoever's left, and it's just you're in a wedding suit, covered in blood, and oh my god, and it's just so. Some of these games, what people don't realise is these games are better than a lot of good films that you watch, you know, and a lot of good books. Amazing. Yeah. Sorry. What did you really enjoy out of it? Like in terms of. What was one of your moments? That wedding scene was one of my favourite moments.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, it's like, one thing I love about Sleeping Dogs is, I guess it's a martial arts game, so there's a lot of fighting, but there's also a lot of gang warfare, so there's a lot of shooting in it as well, and it's in modern days, so there's cars and that, and there's a lot of like driving chases and that, and you can like parkour, and there's like little bits of everything in there, and there's like hacking as well, so it's sort of problem solving. So I don't know, it's got a lot of stuff that you can do, and there's like a lot.
There's not too many guns in it, is there?
No, there's not too many guns.
It's Hong Kong, and I know it's basically Hong Kong. I don't know.
I can't remember.
But basically, they have similar gun laws to us, I think, wherever it is, and it's basically there isn't that many. There is guns in it, but like
it's hard to find.
It's hard to find them. It's not like it'd be like making which I'm still waiting for, making a sandbox type game in Britain. That'd be good as well, because again, there's not many guns there.
Oh yeah, there's like none.
There's none. No, well, there is, but not many.
Yeah, there is, but like not many.
But yeah, and that fighting tournament, that DLC that was against the Dragon.
That was good.
I mean, there's just so much. There's so much you could like.
That tournament, like that's the thing. Like that DLC, that tournament, it wasn't very long, but it was really good. It was like you could see that it had like. It was very emotional, and it was very much like the story in that sense that you got attached to people, and I don't know, it was very good.
You can spot a game where the people that made it cared.
Definitely.
Like you get a lot of games now that are like.
Made it? Square Enix, that's it.
Square Enix. Yeah.
Well, I think they were part of it. Yeah, they were part of it.
But they were.
Yeah, Square Enix and everyone else. Square Enix also did Just Cause, which is another game that is really good. The Just Cause franchise. I've got all 3 of the games. I haven't completed any of them, but like that's the thing with Just Cause. At this point, no one really cares about the story, and it's just like literally a game that you can just go to and just blow stuff up.
You can attach cows to rockets, can't you?
Yeah, you can attach cows to rockets and just send them flying and then blow up.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny. It sounds sadistic, but it's funny. It's not real life.
It's not.
Nah. But yeah, like that is a very good game and one that I recommend getting. Like I'd say Just Cause 3 is probably like the best one so far. Well, I mean, the Just Cause games, they just keep getting better. In Just Cause 1, like that was good, and all, like it was already a great game, just the first one, And then the second one, they just improved upon the mechanics and in the grapple gun in particular. And then in 3, they've added the wingsuit, and I don't know, they just made it a lot more easier to travel around and vehicles and all that
Fun
stuff.
game. You like your fun games that you make.
It's very
You
fun.
like games where you can go break off a little bit from the main story and do silly things.
Yeah, well,
And I get that. Sometimes I stick to the main story too much. I'm a lot better now at doing more of the game. Like I like sort of play the Arkham games and things now, and I like to get everything done on them. And
not the Riddler trophies, oh god.
yeah,
The Riddler
I don't
trophies.
bother with them. No one in their right mind should bother with Riddler trophies in Gotham games. But you know, it's ridiculous. Can I talk about my RPG experiences?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm
Witcher
not-
3?
Believe it or not, though, I know we're nearly at the half an hour mark now. This is going to be a long video anyway because it's something that we're incredibly passionate about. But what I would say, with my love of RPGs, probably my role play games, which is probably my favourite type of game that's out there, is that I really fell in love with them when I had my Super Nintendo. Well, no, actually, my Nintendo Entertainment System, because that had the first Zelda game on that I played, The Link from the Past. I played that to death, and then what was that on the Super? No, that was on the Super Nintendo. The one I played, yeah, it was. It wasn't the NES. It was the Super NES. I didn't really play any on the NES, but the Super NES, I played that, and then that just built from there. I had other games. I played the Chrono Trigger, which is just amazing. I can't. I've forgotten. There's one other one I want to make a special bet. Secret of Mana. I've still got that upstairs. Secret of Mana. That's a great game. Illusion of Time, another game I played. I'm going to miss out others, but that I just fell in love with the idea of having this character that you had to build up. And it's the same with the games Flynn was mentioning before with the Fallout games. You start with this shell of a character and you build it and create it into something, you know. And that's the stepping stone. When I got my PlayStation and I played Final Fantasy VII, and I'd had a bit of a touch base with other Final Fantasy games, but that was the one that drew me in. It was just a good compelling story with good characters, and I couldn't believe how good it was.
Can I just say, Ghost Recon Wildlands, like I mentioned that earlier, like playing with your mates, that has like sort of skill trees, and that has side quests, and that has like all of this upgrading thing. So you start off, I mean, like starting off equipment is already good. I mean, I've gone through a lot of like stuff in the story, like just with the standard equipment, but I mean, I've upgraded it, of course. And also weapons, you can find parts for that and upgrade your weapons. And then there's yourself, you can upgrade yourself, you can upgrade your squad, you can upgrade, like, and all your friends can do the same as well. And you can all have like different sort of, you can put your skill points into different things. And then with those things, that can benefit to like what sort of class you're playing as. So like me, for example, I sort of am like a sort of assault stealth character. So I like go in with like a suppressed like assault rifle or something, and like kind of go a lot very face on, if you know what I mean. Whereas my mate is more of like a sniper, so I'll be going in sneaking around whilst he sort of watches my back, and if anyone's like sneaking up behind me, or like if anyone like might get in a way that I can't get, like he'll just take him out, or and we just sort of play
you're
that.
enjoying that at the moment, aren't you?
I'm playing that a lot.
It does look good. I like army games, and like you sort of had the same things with the Metal Gear things, where Metal Gear games. Another great game, Metal Gear Solid on the. That was on the PlayStation.
All sorts.
That was on the PlayStation. You know what? We got the PlayStation back not so long ago, and I think I traded that game in or some crazy thing. It's
Insane.
I know. I'd love to have it back, but then I'd play it now. You go back, and it's not always as good as you remember. But going back to my thing about, I got onto Final Fantasy VII, and that was amazing. But like I've played RPGs all my life, and a lot of elements like Flynn was saying with army games. They're bringing it into all games now, where there's
they're bringing in
aspects of building a shell character, and a lot of it comes from Japanese games and that. But,
well, it's like also like with things like little things like skill trees. It sort of adds not necessarily it adds like personalization to your character in the sense that you sort of choose how your character is and how your character sort of plays. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, we just bought the new South Park game.
Yeah,
and, there was a
another RPG.
And the last one I played it to death, and it was brilliant. Not particularly challenging game, just amazing, just hilarious. If you like South Park or you like RPGs, it's for you. And the new one, the old one's based on your traditional Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, like the turn-based combat.
Yeah, and the new one's based on superheroes. So we're very excited about playing that at some point. I just wanted to mention The Witcher 3. With The Witcher 3 ruined my life of gaming to a degree because I've never played a game as good as or since. It's just the best game I've ever played. And I'm not going to say any more about it. Flynn thought I was going to kill half an hour talking about The Witcher 3.
Well, you already have killed half an hour.
We have already killed half an hour talking about other things. But The Witcher series is an amazing series anyway. But this game, you can do anything in it, pretty much.
Yeah. Also, isn't it that the story, like the side quests, are just as detailed as the story?
Yeah, you do a side quest in this game, and it can last. You can be playing it for a good hour or two, and you think this is just a side quest, and it's a compelling story about. I mean, I had one where you had like a horrible kind of hag or something in a wood, and like there was some kind of spell to do with like spoons, and it was just incredible. You turn this woman into like a normal human. She went from being this weird kind of monster hag thing.
Also, she's now in your like house thing.
She's
as
in
well.
my house cooking dinners for like my character Geralt. She's like the cook of the house.
It's
now.
like with these NPCs, when you like complete a side quest for them, they don't just sort of vanish into thin air and you just forget about them. They're actually still there and they are still around.
They still, like, you actually felt in this game, and you probably feel this in Skyrim to a degree, because I've seen it, but you actually feel like you walk around a village in The Witcher, or you go to areas, you'll go to a bandit camp and they're there cooking dinner, and then they see you and they go, oh, and they grab the swords, and like, they incorporate that in the new Zelda game, but like,
Breath of the Wild.
You go to a village and you'll see someone chopping wood, and you'll see a man chatting to his kid and that, and you're like, you actually feel
in one of the cities in Skyrim, you actually see like a live decapitation. You see like a beheading of someone, and also going back to the mods for Skyrim, you can actually get a mod where you can go out and get prisoners and bring them back there, and there's like a weekly execution.
Wow! Yeah. And it's a prisoner. It's the people that you.
Yeah, so you can go out. Like they've added new bandit camps, so you can go out and capture the bandits.
Oh my!
And then you hand them in. And then they will then get executed the following week.
See, look what you're missing out on. You're going on about how great real life is. You know, no, it's nothing compared to what you can sit in front of a screen and do. Oh my days, that's amazing. So easily sold.
I know.
That's just I didn't even know it. To be honest with you, I might have to play the game again just to witness that, because that just sounds incredible to me.
Also, I just want to say, with The Witcher 3, like, there being, like, a very detailed story, you may think it's very similar to, like, in Skyrim. In Skyrim, everyone, though there were characters, everyone just sort of felt very generic and was very... I mean, though they had names, which was good, it's, like, a step closer, but they all still felt very similar and very the same. Whereas in The Witcher 3, everyone has their own unique personality. And everyone, in Skyrim, you will notice with some of the voice acting, it is very samey at points. Like, people do sound very similar and they have, like, the same tone all the time. Whereas these people, like, you can tell their emotion in The Witcher 3 just behind their voice.
You've got, like, a group of friends that you bump into and do quests for. You've got all sorts going on. You have beard growth. I mean, I was watching a few of these videos back the other day, and, like, my beard keeps changing size and stuff. But in the way, like, I think it's just making me. It was making me laugh at the time. But I was thinking, Witcher 3, you can have a shave at the barbers and go out in the wilds, and your hair and your beard grows back. It's just, I mean, how amazing is that?
I know.
Wow! Imagine what they're going to be like in, every year, every generation just gets better and better. I'm so envious of game development. I know. I say that, so envious of game development, but I know it's a bit of a long slug at times. But my days, they can do anything now. They can do anything. I go back to that Pitfall back on the Atari, and I look at that, and I think that little stick man jumping and over the crocodiles on a street, on a what looks like a road, and you just you look at it now, and it's just it's a work of art. It's modern day art. Everyone sort of goes, but gaming, it's a medium, and it's a new, it's not a new medium, but it is becoming that. Just the best artwork I've ever seen in my life is on my TV on a computer game now. It's just breathtaking things. The PlayStation 4. I've got what games have I played on that?
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us, just beautiful. Just you watch the whole world collapse around you, like
And Uncharted 4.
Uncharted 4. The level of detail, you walk into a bathroom, you got your reflection and turn. I mean, just amazing. Anything else? Sorry, I've gone on. I've gone on a bit. I've talked for about the last 9 minutes, pretty much. What do you want to talk about, mate?
But
Is there anything else?
No, that's all I
all.
can think of. What about Titanfall 2? Let's talk about that for a bit.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, just first-person shooters.
First-person shooters. Yeah,
Or just shooters in general.
we like we like first-person shooters, don't we? But
Yeah.
But this one, you have a giant robot that you can go in as well,
Yeah, but
and it just trumps everything else for us.
also, it sort of started with our Titanfall thing, but because, like, so the beta for Star Wars Battlefront, the first one had just come out, and we played that, and we played that to death. We really liked it.
Like shooting in half.
Yeah, shooting in Hutt. Just basically reenacting the Battle of Hutt was just brilliant.
Was it really? It wasn't bad. Certain aspects of it were good.
No, in the beta, when we were playing it was really good.
We fell in love with it, didn't
Yeah, and then the free game on Xbox One was Titanfall.
we? No, I paid for it, mate.
Oh, did you pay for
It
it?
was only it was less than a tenner.
Oh yeah, right. It was on discount basically. And so yeah, we got it, and we were playing that. Basically, it's sort of preparation for when Battlefront came out, just so that we'd like sort of get familiar with the FPS genre and get better. And so we were playing the first Titanfall, and we just fell in love with that more than we did with Star Wars Battlefront. And then Star Wars Battlefront came out, and we were like, oh, we've been waiting for this for ages. We got it, and we were like, it's good.
Yeah.
There are bits to improve on.
I've got a beef with the blasters. You still have to shoot people several times with a blaster to kill them, and like
I'm sorry, Dad, but this is game balance we're talking about.
I know, but like it could work. You could do it. You could make blasters more realistic and lightsabers and things. It's a good game, but it could be a great game. Yeah.
Also, people have been shot by blasters in the films and they haven't died.
Yeah, I know, but you I don't know. Like when you shoot a gun in Titanfall, you feel like shooting a gun. I don't know why it feels different. You feel like
recoil.
Yeah, I know you don't. I know you don't get recoil on lasers, but there's something that they should do just to make it feel a bit.
Plasma. I guess there
I
would be
don't know.
recoil.
They are good. It's unfair for me to say that they're not because they're fantastic games, but I don't know what it is. There's just a lot of explosions in that Titanfall. I just, I mean, I grew up a little bit with them when I got the Xbox 360. I played all the Call of Duty games as well, and they were good. I was never very good at them. That's the only problem. I was good at Titanfall for a bit, but we sort of got to Titanfall 2, and Flynn plays it with me as well, like on his. And I'm just terrible now. Not very good at all. I played it today, and my team lost because of me. It's heartbreaking. If you'd have been on the team as well, which you mostly are usually, you kind of carry the team, and I destroy the team. I'm like, you're the best player on the team.
I'm at the top.
It's
and he's at the
hilarious.
bottom.
He's always the best player on the team, and I'm always the worst player.
Yeah.
It's only getting old. I used to kill it on games, but other than Street Fighter, which I've got to say, I've always been good at, and I'm still good at.
You're better than me at
I
Street
don't know
Fighter.
anybody. I don't know physically anybody that is better than me at Street Fighter, but I'm sure there are people out there that I know. People I don't know, there's thousands and probably millions that are better than me online. I get my ass handed to me quite a lot. I do win more than I lose, but I still get my ass handed to me. But if anyone's watching this who is good at, especially the latest one, which has had a lot of criticism, but I still love them. I love them all, but I'll challenge a person to any of the games, even free with a. I've forgotten what it's called. There's a system in free where you press forward and it's gone. It's gone. But anyway, it's like a counter thing. I don't know. Yeah.
Got parry.
The parry system. That's why he's here. My brain. The parry system. I like the parry system. They got rid of it because it was too complicated for people. But I like the parry system. I never successfully parried that many attacks though when I used to play, which is quite funny. But that's not my style of play anyway. But anyway,
Just like the option.
it was a good idea because you press backwards to block. Your backwards button's to block. Why can't your forward button be like a parry then attack button? I liked it. I like the idea.
Well, because like if someone's walking towards you in that game, like someone will be coming towards you, and then like you go for a punch to stop them from punching you, because that's what they're walking for is to do to you in the first place. So then you go for a punch. It's like no one would ever throw any punches and the fight would never go anywhere.
No, but you have to press it a certain way. There was a certain way of pressing it.
Okay.
It worked. Trust me, mate, when I say it worked.
Okay.
It did. But yeah, all right. Anything else we want to talk about? We've gone on a bit there, 44 minutes.
There's nothing I'd like to. There's nothing else really.
What are you excited about the new Assassin's Creed game?
I am, yeah. I am quite excited for it. They've completely redone it. Assassin's Creed Origins. I probably won't go into too much detail about it now because that's sort of in the last video. Well, not in the last, sorry. The Assassin's Creed video, there's Assassin's Creed rundown video that we did, which is good. So yeah, go check that out.
I've got to ask you a question. There's two things I want to cover. Firstly, we're talking about games today because we were going to talk about Serenity and Firefly.
Yes.
But we realised that we made a bet, we shook hands that we weren't going to talk about Star Wars for the next 4 videos. It's impossible to talk about Serenity and Firefly without talking about Star Wars, which is
too many comparisons.
There's two, because that's the whole point of the Firefly for me. It's so we're talking about, we're almost talking about Star Wars now, but that's why we're going to do that video. We've got to do 3 more videos before we can do the Firefly Serenity one.
Yep.
Okay. But this has gone on long enough, this video, I think. I was going to ask you, the Assassin's Creed game, we're going to go and get it on release.
Yeah, were we?
Has it got an Yeah, man, we're going to go and get it on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to go. You said you was going to get it.
Did I?
Yeah.
I said I was considering it.
Oh,
I didn't
I'm
say
gonna
I was
buy-
go-
no,
You
right.
said you said that I should get it,
You
and
should
I was
go
like,
and get
I
it.
might.
He's got a ton of money, this guy. You should go and get it. I was going to say, though, has he got a good online? Is there any online on it that you know?
I don't think so.
No, that's fine. That's all I wanted to check. I don't know why I'm asking. I can ask you
Assassin's
this.
Creed. Well, I mean, Assassin's Creed games do have online, but it's never really been
No.
a thing.
We'll
I mean, there was
talk about
Unity.
this outside of the video.
There was
anyway.
Unity, but that wasn't.
Yeah,
online.
man, that's what
Well,
we were-
I mean, that online was. I enjoyed the online on Unity. I enjoyed
Mate,
the idea, but like.
Friday, we were going to go. You were going to go and buy a game. You were going to go buy a game. We were going to go and buy a game on release. You'd never done it before. We talked about this 2 days ago, and we were getting
We've
really
done it
excited.
before.
I get excited about things, and he forgets. It's like,
We bought games on
I
release
try and get
before,
him
but they
excited
just
about
don't
things.
work.
I try and get him excited about things.
I can't get excited.
Get excited about. We're going to watch Thor Ragnarok on Tuesday. Are you excited about Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
But where's the emotion?
I just can't express excitement. It's just a thing.
Thor Ragnarok, baby. Talking Hulk. Come on. Anyway,
So the Hulk can talk, as does everyone.
we're the perfect odd couple, really, aren't we?
He has vocal cords. Why can't he talk?
Yeah, but he doesn't they haven't done Intelligent Hulk then, alright then. Talking Hulk, he has spoken before. I'm talking about Intelligent Hulk,
He doesn't seem to be rather intelligent.
No, he does. He gets
Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, but he's stringing sentences together, which the context of the Hulk is intelligent.
True.
So let's get off that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about games anyway. I've gone off on one. But anyway, thanks for watching if you have.
Yeah, go check out some of our other videos. Leave in the comments below what sort of things you'd like to, what games you like. Just leave some,
Yeah.
and leave some things on what games you like, and leave reasons why. And maybe we'll have a discussion. We'll see. So yeah,
And like and share,
Yeah,
subscribe,
like, share,
all that
subscribe.
nonsense if you can, because so we want to increase our fan base, but I appreciate that people aren't going to watch us for nearly 50 minutes. That's fine. We nailed it the other day with that 20-minute video. We nailed it. It was people will probably sit and watch this. We've had 16 views, which isn't one of our highest views, but
I need to do my magic videos.
we need to get your magic video. You need to
They generate the views.
share and subscribe. I've got to go now. I'm going to make
go comments as well. Leave some comments.
Tell us what the first game is that you played, and how you got you into gaming.
Yeah, well, it doesn't even have to be that. Just say
Talk to us.
just say some stuff about gaming, or even just say some stuff that you like.
Yeah.
I like about gaming. I don't know, whatever.
Talk. Ask. Give us some suggestions on what you
Yeah.
want us to talk about as well. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Also, not just games. We do all sorts, like comics, films, as also games.
Anything that's a bit geeky and weird, we do as well.
I think that's a bit nerdy.
That's our forte, I suppose. But anyway, it's time to sign off, I guess. Unless you
All right then, signing off then. I am Chum. This is my son. And see you in the next video. That's
Daddy,
Mr.
bye.
Bananas. All right, bye.